Night to you. Yes, I have survived Cornholio tonight. There's the picture of my eyes totally bugged out with Cornholio. Let me see if this is going to actually. What is going on tonight? Oh, there we go. Finally. Finally, yay! Finally, all is right with the world. Good evening, everybody. Hello, bad hemorrhoid sufferer. Nice to see you. Prepping to endure, exploring ginger. Good evening to you. Let's make sure we get underway. Buff, buff, buff. How you doing, honey? Couldn't find myself on the big board tonight. We are live. We're alive, and I'm alive, which is really saying something, guys, because at about say about 10 o'clock this morning, I was ready to cash the ticket in. Hello, Shamaj, how are you? Hello, Nocturnal. Hello, No Fear, Quinny. Yeah, I'm on the road to recovery. Undead Ash Gasha, I love you. Hope you're feeling better. Thank you, honey. Vicky, it was your words at my darkest hour that pulled me through the son of Cornholio and made me a survivor. How you doing, Miguel? Hello, Linda, Uniquely Me, and Fire Chick. Nice to see you guys tonight. I hope everybody is doing well. Hello, Janet. Yes, my brush with death. How you doing, Laura Wrights? Fancy seeing you here. Well, well, well. It has been, hello, James. Nice to see you. No, I did hear something about that. How you doing, Eric? Nice to see you've been monitoring your watermelon balloon bust with, I don't know how many rubber bands you have on there, but good to see everybody. Uh, I, I'll tell you guys, I really thought, like I said in this, this morning's upload, I really thought I had cornholio this morning. You know, you're laying in bed, it's about 4:30 in the morning, and you go to roll over and you're like, that felt pretty weird. And you go to get up to go get a glass of water and go tinkle, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, things are moving. And the first thing that comes into your head is, how you doing, Sherry? Hello, Joe. The first thing that comes into your mind is, man, I've got cornholio. I am going to fight my way through this. The old bat's going to go down finally with cornholio. They're going to X me out, and I just couldn't even believe it. I managed to go back to sleep, got up this morning, very carefully slept on my back, and got out of bed, had some breakfast, and I guess I sat over in a chair here, and I got up quick, and man, everything started spinning. Right up until about 3 o'clock this afternoon, and then mysteriously, it vanished as fast as it came. I'll tell you, it's the darndest thing. If you don't hate Penny Pincher, if you don't think that the human body is very delicate like a Swiss watch, and you know, Rosie is not a Swiss watch. I'm a Timex. I take a licking and keep on ticking, but I really thought that this was going to be a long-term thing. And then I remembered, yeah, it's one of the 19 symptoms. 19% of the people, Janet Fields, have dizzying, and feelings of vertigo. Okay, so I'm telling you, yeah, no fire going tonight, Tammy. Dr. Neil Sinus Rinse, knock that pollen out. How's it going, Johnny West? Nice to see you. I looked it up, and hello, Lolly. Yeah, I got allergies too, and I told Missy Jen, get a pencil and paper out. I'm going to be dictating my last will and testament. I sat right over there in that chair. Janet, you'll be glad that I put you right at the bottom of the will that I wrote up today, my 10-year plus friend Janet Fields. And Janet, I've returned to you plus some. All of the donations, all of the tips that you've given me over the years, all the viewership, right? All the positive comments. And I added that all together. And what do you think that came up with? How you doing, Allie? Hey Dave, what do you think that came up with, Janet? What do you think the sum total of all of those years of giving and supporting what's arguably one of the greatest channels down here? What do you think that added up to? Hmm? I left you and the boss, that beautiful hillbilly, still outside. I returned the same cash to you that you've always given me, which is 0. Okay. And I owe you. How you doing? William? Priceless. I wrote down, in lieu of cash gifts, I would like Janet Fields to have my beautiful Kentucky-made, Barlow, Kentucky-made 25-gallon still down there. And would Missy Jen please be kind enough to give her a big hug and a kiss from me? So don't think I didn't remember you today in my darkest hour. Can you leave me in Orange Tree? I can, Kevin. You people. Now, Missy Jen did something very heroic for me today. And I did a video about that for tomorrow morning. Let me tell you something. And there's Missy Jen sitting over there. I can't show you Missy Jen because she's sitting naked over there. But if I could show her, she would be smiling over there. Because she took on one of the neighborhood toughies today here and delivered a smackdown. So you'll have to see that. You'll have to get that story for tomorrow. Your stimulus is landing Thursday. What the hell does that mean, your stimulus? You got it targeted when it's going to be coming? Where in the hell's mine? Almighty says, can you leave me your great attitude? Sherry says, who gets the hooch in your great, in who gets the hooch in the barrel? Good question. Good question. Sherry, you've been a long-time supporter of mine. You have been one of my nearest and dearest friends. I have seen you on other channels where people were playing pin the tail on the Rosie Girl and other chats and bashing me with baseball bats. And there is Sherry. I like Rosie. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of this chat. And Sherry's like, head held high. Sherry, I'm going to will that to you. Yeah, going to be deposited, dummy. I don't know what it means, idiot. I don't do direct deposit. I get a check sent to me in the mail, dope. Imagine this calling me a dummy. Shit, I just survived by the skin of my teeth. I couldn't even walk the dog 100 feet down the path this morning without feeling like I was on the pitching deck of the New Sea Angler walking down. No. And you call me a dummy? Noted. Did someone say negative? Vicky, when am I leaving you, honey? I'm probably gonna will you ownership of this Shine Shack, honey, so you can control that and run that to a standard that you know it should have been run to, and have the guests that you deem appropriate on this rancho. Between you and Missy Jen, you will do a fine job up here. When the IRS tell you when your deposit, when they mail, oh, okay, I'll have to check that. I don't know. Called me a dummy. Can you imagine that? And she sits around, called me a drama queen when she watches the drama shows all the time. Really? I guess that means we've been doing a little tonight. She's going to be all set for AA. By the time this lockdown is over, she will be a blue coin member of AA. Guarantee you. Hey, JA. Hey, sweet pineapple. Heck to the new. I get vertigo every now and then. It's awful. I'll tell you what, Linda. There's no worse feeling in the world than being afraid to stand up, afraid to raise your head up after you've lowered it to raise it up and see things shifting. Because you got no control over any of that. Yeah, my life is drama. That's what makes a good channel, because my life is interesting and there's always something going on. I live in the most interesting hood in the United States with the most interesting neighbors, the most diverse cross section of people here. What more could you ask for drama? I can walk 2 blocks and be in a battle with my life with pepper spray. Now, if that doesn't get your heart pumping, I don't know what it is. I'm feeling much better tonight. How you doing, Bang Bang, for the legend? Hit the likes, nothing but love. Thank you. Hey, Libra. When you almost die, sometimes you want to toot your own horn a little bit. Okay, my life flashed before my eyes. I saw Quinn with 2 N's. All the other various freaks and people out there on the chooches, the pop-up parties, the whole panorama. It was like watching a parade go by. I don't know whether I was hallucinating, but I thought this is the end of the line. And when he gets to the end of the parade, you're supposed to get up and join him and move on down the line and tilt the world. Hope you go for another choochin'. Hi Valerie. Hi Libra. I will be doubling up on the chooches tomorrow night and Thursday night. We will be back to back. Okay, and that will be a good time. Tomorrow evening, I just delayed it off. The one good thing you can say about having Son of Cornholio, when you get this thing, it doesn't last a long time usually. And this happened 2 years ago. All right, it's been 2 years. Sandy, how you doing? Sandy Callie, everything I have otherwise here except a still that goes to Janet, and the cash goes to Missy Jen. The Shine Shack goes to Vicky Victoria. Sandy, I'm leaving the rest of the whole shooting match to you. You know why? Because you in the great state of Texas have done more to keep the Rosa Girl choochin' out there than anybody else. Take note of that, Janet Fields. All right. How you doing, Shelly? Can you tell him, hey, Charlie? I would call it a religious experience. When I was sitting in that chair at 2:38 p.m. this afternoon, I closed my eyes and I literally saw a parade of chooches on there. All the way back to 2013 when Janet and I would go up to the chicken dick up there at Lola's and get the chickens, right? All the Oakland chooches, Handsome Robert, all the chooches with the man that shall not be named, Narce, all the people over the years, D-Dubs, Mr. Dirty, that whole, it was almost like a religious experience. Almost like you thought you were dying with panic attacks. Sandy, I survived the Son of Cornholio. All right. I woke up at 4:30 in the morning. I had the worst vertigo and nausea. And I tried to think to myself, now you know what some people speculated? They said, Rosie, they gave you a bag of doom yesterday. Somebody spiked up and breathed into this bag Cornholio, or maybe they exportated or whatever, spit into it, wiped it down with goo, and in that short period of time, you got the Cornholio. That was a scary thought. That was a scary, scary thought that somebody would spike up that bag out of the goodness of their heart to identify this property and this house and these residents, Missy Jen and I, as some of the neediest people in the neighborhood, was touching. Okay. Was touching. Because at that moment, when my property here was pegged as a charity, I knew in my mind that there was no way on God's green earth that this property would ever be a target for criminal activity. We were safe. The collective mind in the neighborhood had already decided there's no money there. There's nothing there. They're not driving Cadillacs except in their dreams. Right? Got a crappy looking van and a 2012 Ford Explorer. They're good to go. Let them go. Carrie Joe, how you doing there, Tammy? Nice to see you. Hey, Mike Loyal, greetings from quarantine. Stay home until May 15th now. Wow, I don't know what we're doing here. Mike, but I will tell you this, people are going crazy. And I will tell you guys again, I don't know how much more people are going to be able to take before they bust. People's attitudes on the street are fraying. When was the last time you saw the chicken dick at Lola's? They usually are out there and start up about May. And then move on. News unit. Yeah, I'm there. I know everybody's waiting for me to throw that bag out, right? We're all waiting. You send them over to my house. I'll take care of the criminals if the stuff hits the fan. Hello, Pamela. But how would you feel if you go out and you have a note that we all have bumps in the road? This will help smooth it out. It appears that you could use a little help during this pandemic. It's like how kind, how generous, how thoughtful to do that. I might as well just stop cutting my grass now. Yeah, that might have been it, Tanya. People really truly gone nuts. They are. They really are truly. Thank you, Jesse. Nice to see you, Pamela. They really, yeah, Boomer Sooners, they are really going crazy. And tomorrow, I'll tell you again, I got a great morning video. Missy Jen, once again, rose to the occasion and had to deliver a beatdown on somebody today. And she did a first-class job. Do you admit to me? How you doing, Uber? Thank you, sweetie, and thank you for your wonderful comments. Hey Craig, I had more people message me today, of which Craig was one, and always sends me, Craig Sr., a very nice note and can exactly sympathize with what I had. Okay, once in a while, you have over time crystals build up in your inner ear fluid, and they generally remain stable in the bottom of your ear. But I theorized because I had allergy attacks because of grass pollen, that it busted those crystals loose. And that's what causes it takes a long time for them to settle back down in the fluid again and hit the base. And luckily tonight at about 6 o'clock, I told Missy Jen, hey, it's gone. Yeah, 42. I know, Sandy. If nothing else, I've got to get out there on the road for Sandy tomorrow night. And Sandy, I got a corker for you tomorrow night. I got a corker for you tomorrow night. Okay, we're going to do an extended chooch. I'm thinking I'm going to feel okay. It's going to be in and about the town of Sebastopol. Okay, I'm going to go back. I'm going to start incorporating some of these graveyard streams in again. Take the lights out. We always have a good time. And tomorrow night, I'm really going to try to get the pizza to bring back later for Missy Jen. You guys need to remind me. The epilep maneuver, something must do. I don't know. Yeah, can we do a challenge? Let's hold that for Vegas, Sandy. Okay? Because it just might be me and you watching when I get to Vegas. That town is so lit right now. People are just ready to swing on anybody down there. We'll do something, Sandy. We'll do so. JK NoCal, nice to see you. I was going to send you a note to make sure that you're okay. I haven't seen you around in a while. So tomorrow night and then Thursday night we'll be in Santa Rosa. And then hopefully on Saturday we'll be going to a town I haven't been to in a long time. Okay, and it'll be a fun time. So good stuff coming up. Yeah, they have dizzy clinics, Catherine. There's nothing worse than a feeling of dizziness. You would, I put it up there with toothaches and earaches. And how you doing, Mark? We're going to begin to open up here in Texas. Oh, it can't be governed by fear. Well, yeah, there you go, Mark. A lot of people feel that way. But dizziness, you have no control. You're thinking, okay, I got the 24-carat diagnosis. I got a brain tumor, right? Overnight, I grew a lump. I thought I got rid of the lump 2 months ago. Now I got a lump in my head. Okay, that's it. And you're thinking, but sneezing a lot with allergies, I think when you get older, you displace some of those crystals. And your inner ear is like a gyroscope, right? It's very, very sensitive to things. So it's terrible. Welcome back, Eric. Thanks for coming back. It's frightening. My heart goes out to you. So our city allows us to have chickens. Okay, you've been out of town. Oh, okay, good to see you back, JK. Yeah, Missy Jen is allergic to chicken dander and feathers, so we cannot have, nor do we want chickens on the property here. So it is scary. I rolled over at 4:30. I thought, oh God, I've picked up Cornholio. And I felt so crappy. I just got a drink, threw up at that time. Missy Jen got, hey, I said, what thought crossed your mind? She's like, you got Cornholio. And she made sure to check on me and managed to get back to sleep. But then this morning when I woke up, it didn't. I thought it passed. Get up and you have a very uneven gait. You feel like you're on a fishing boat that's pitching in sea. It's a terrible thing. Yeah, glad it hasn't affected your wicked wit. If my wit goes, if my charisma, my charming personality goes, that'll be the day. YouTube has a 2-step process that you can delete your channel. Okay, you go to your Google settings, the little gear wheel, and you go to the bottom of it and it says delete my YouTube channel. And you push yes and it asks you one time, are you sure you want to delete this channel? You say yes, and the second thing comes up. Think carefully, this is your last chance. Bing! Oh, okay. Thank you, Craig. Thank God. Yeah, there's some ways to get the crystals back in place. Some people, you put your head between you. There's a few things. My father had this, so I've sort of associated with that. But luckily, I was talking to Missy Jen, and she said it's been about 2 years since I had this phenomena, and I remember it well. So that's okay. That's okay. That's what happened to my ex-husband. If he went on a roller coaster ride, and those crystals. Ooh, I'll bet that was terrible. Everybody's like, no. Can you imagine the trolls cheering on? Yes, 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 yes. One more inch, one more push. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll give you a super chat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Push it, you coward, you. And just like that, I snapped out of it this evening. And I thought, I don't know. When you're in it, you just think, oh, how long is this going to last? Forget about chooching tonight. I was thinking if I was walking and pitched over in the road and, a truck tire or bus tire popped my head, it's going to be hard to come back alive again on. That's not the kind of injury you get up and just brush yourself off and a very flat face and come on. Hey, Steve C. And I still can't do this phone thing. What's the phone thing that you're trying to do? Epilepsy Plus putting big black on target eye level area now. Oh, okay, Catherine. Well, thank God for me, honey. It just seems to pass, which is truly a blessing. They never seem for me to last more than 16 hours, 15 hours, something like that. And then as strange as it is, it just disappears. I went out my last time at about 5:30 or so. I was prepping dinner and had the Disney's, went outside. Bleh. 10 minutes later, it's like I never even had it. Vicky's like, Victoria's like, I'm worried about you, Rosie. You're never sick. I'm never sick. I'm tough as nails, baby. I will survive. I will be here. Love you too. So, salt lamps. So I was doing that. First, I thought maybe I'm having a stroke. You get up and it's like your vision's impaired and it's like, okay, I don't wish that after seeing what Vinny went through with his, I could be pregnant. I could be in a family way, and after all this, I finally got my figure back after 2 kids, and now I'm going to go through that again. I will make the medical journals, so I'm hoping so. Thank God it's something that passed. I get real dizzy when I blow my nose. Now make sure to sit before I blow. Now, yeah, same thing. I'm also given to low blood pressure too. So I saw you a while ago and always thought you were the epitome. Oh, all right. The epitome. I love that word. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm the epitome. Well, Vegas is getting closer. It's okay. You can tell we understand a sweet young thing. Yeah, that's right, Catherine. And you guys, you're wonderful, Catherine. All you guys. Do you know how many people messaged me today and Gmailed me? Not just Craig and Vicky. So many people in the comments and stuff. That makes you feel really, really good. Hello, Missy. Nice to see you. Welcome aboard. Yeah, I'm a sweet young thing in trouble. So Vegas is getting closer. I don't know what the story is going to be down there when I get there, but I think it should be okay. The epitome of love and grace. All right. So what do you think about this? Pretty loony, huh? You think they spiked that? Saute and simmer, the flavor can't be beat. Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat. I've never seen rice-a-roni in San Francisco in my friggin' life. Okay, don't even know. Yeah, the good old Snatch brand tuna here. Well, this is good through 2021, so that's okay. But you don't know if somebody handled this or blew and then put it on there. Oh, thank you, Charla. Burn it. Did you try it? No, I'm not gonna. Well, let's get Missy Jen to try it. She won't try it. She hates everything. Leavers, don't sniff that. Yeah, of course I still have that crap. What would you do, Janet? Look at this. What's wrong with this? If you can wipe that down with the Cornholio, it's tuna. Huh? Of course I have it. Gonna have me smile. Watch that pass good after touching the mystery food. Yeah, I gotta wash that real good. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna. What should I do? Throw it? Take the burn power, feed. Throw that shit in the trash. I think tomorrow, what is tomorrow? The 29th? I think Santa Rosa having its City Hall of food drive. I think I'll take it up and drop it up over there, and I hope I don't get arrested for that open box of crap on there. That's what they said about Mikey. He looks like they sat on a rice roni and cut one. the raccoons. Maybe I should feed the rat population. I don't know. Start to grow that. Yeah, invite Missy over for tuna melt. Hey Lavender, how you doing, sweetheart? Yeah, Leisure, nice to see you too. Hello, Binsk. What is it? What is on a tuna melt? What is on a tuna? Yeah, everybody wants a trash, vote 5. Everybody that wants me to eat it, vote 6 on the side chat. Here's Missy's shit game. I'm gonna make something special. I'm gonna do a live stream. We're gonna call it the Cornholio feed over there. Food bank is handing out tomorrow, so I'm gonna go over there tomorrow and I'm gonna donate it. I can't really see just throwing it away. I just can't see. Hey, nice. See that rye, tuna, and Swiss. Does Swiss cheese go okay with tuna? I don't know. I've never had a tuna melt. But you know what I'd like to have later tonight for a snack? Something I haven't had in like 40 years, a grilled cheese sandwich. Wouldn't that be good? Do a grilled cheese sandwich. So that was breakfast. Goldie Khan, how you doing? There's Goldie Khan, a fellow survivor of Cornholio and the whole cousins and uncles and nephews and nieces and brothers and sisters of Cornholio. They're all out there. We all have an X on our back. Box of food and a bag of veggies. Yeah, open face sandwich with tuna and mayo, but you add a slice of American stick it under the broil. How does it taste? How does that taste? I can't imagine tuna with cheese. Throw the rice-a-roni in the pancake mix away. Yeah, I'll probably do that. I'll probably do it. Just put tuna on some bread and melt it. Oh, it's good. Okay. Well, I've got some tuna. Maybe we'll do a mukbang on a tuna melt. So I'd say Cooties 1984's yeah. Roll out the barrel. We'll stop. I'll tell you, we're still fighting it, Goldie Khan. No kidding, honey. I'm gonna have show Goldie the courtesy of letting that show my good friend Goldie Khan on there. And if you guys are enjoying the stream tonight, please take a second. Show the Rosie girl that you appreciate a fighter, a survivor, somebody who stood up to the forces of, what would you say, dizziness, and came out punching and alive again on the winning end. Hit that thumbs up button, everybody. Yeah, now Quinny, I love putting sweet relish in with tuna. Now that tastes really, any kind of relish is great with it. Food banks are not happy with out-of-date canned goods. Huh. Well, that's going to be a slim trip then for 2 cans of tuna. Put a slice of raw onion. I get tuna hoagies all the time with cheese. Yeah, I never had that. Few days without adequate personal protective equipment and staff, we sunk. Oh man, I'll tell you, I was thinking about you this morning, Goldie, when I was in that life and death battle and everything was spinning around. I remember what you were posting. I may have actually seen you in the parade this afternoon. It passed by in my delirium this afternoon. All the characters that passed through, all the years, all parading through. Is Orlando Pulse? I'm glad you are okay. Lots of love to you. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you very much. And thank you for your kindness, too. Jeffrey's another one that inevitably takes time to so many other people do. Because it's a very rare event when I'm not feeling good. I've never had to cancel a chooch before. Right? And I just felt like this afternoon there's no way I can go out there walking. Be like walking on the deck of a pitching ship. It was too dangerous. Yeah, I need a body condom. Yeah, thank you, Annie. Says, Rosie, good to see you're not dead. I grind up kosher dill pickles like relish. Oh, that's so good. I love that. Man, that is so good. Oh, good. Whiteman Air Force Base did a big flyover KC today. That's Missy Jen's old stomping grounds. The B-2 bombers or whatever out there. You can fight it. Keep moving, keep breathing. That's what you got to do. Hello, Andrew. We want you to stay safe. I know my limits. You know, if I'm not chooching, if I'm not out there chooching, then you know that it must be pretty bad. And at that point, it's just sort of cautionary. Okay. Now, I got a question for you guys now. Wanted to, okay, we talked about surviving the son of Cornholio, the bag of death. How about the meat? Has anybody seen any evidence yet in their stores? As I told you guys yesterday, the meat is kind of being depleted here. And yesterday I was at the store, so I cautioned people again. The next round of meat that you see in your store, and I know Trump has ordered people to go back to work in the plants, but you cannot force people to risk their life. Well, maybe you can under a presidential war powers command. I don't know. Wartime production, war production thing. So I don't know. That was the blue and the bird fighter wings flew over. That's cool. Thank you, Alpine. How you doing, babe? Alpine Gulch. She's like, Rosie survives to come back to Cheyenne, Wyoming. Yeah. No, not he. Meat case was full today at Safeway. No meat for weeks in Safeway. Yeah. So it depends. In our local up here, a lot of the processed meats and stuff have disappeared. Okay, bacons, the lot of the pork is disappearing. So our company don't do sick. Yeah, I don't do sick. You know that's sweet. Let's see. In Florida, we have plenty. Only thing scarce is the antibacterial wipes and N95. Man, they're kind of selling large box of chicken. People waited for hours to buy. Yeah, they just wipe it out here. Now the thing, yeah, the meat is stored, but prices shot up. This is like a preview of coming attractions. Tyson's did make an announcement. Yeah, they took a full page ad out that the supply chain is almost broken on the meats. You cannot force people to, just go buy and butcher. Yeah, right. I'm a butcher a damn hog here at the rancho. Man, talk about a viral video. Y'all gonna get me that. I'm gonna not get that bacon in now. Y'all watch me now. Sharpen that mofo up. Let's cut that pork belly out. Yeah. Could you imagine that? What a bloody mess. First you got to have a bikini chase first, right? Wee, wee, wee. Grease it up. Good for you, Lavender. Raise their own livestock. Libra says, I'm married into a Lebanese. Make that lentil soup that you do. You want me to send you? I would love that, Libra. I love a good lentil soup, Middle Eastern style. Ah, but it's got to be authentic Middle Eastern style because you guys remember when I was at the Al Muscoof in outside of Detroit there, they had that char-broiled fish on a plank and they had the lentil soup before that. If you would send me that, hey, what's up, Alan Gold? Meat for you, bacon sandwich is the best. If you can yeah, you give good money for that. If you can freeze bacon, which they tell me you can, why not? So, my car broke down. Yeah, I saw that, Eric. I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that. I meant to get over there today and pop a little something your way, but this son of Cornholio I couldn't even focus on watching a video today. But it looked like a very creative and fun thing that you're doing, Eric. Taking that watermelon and seeing how many rubber bands it takes to explode that thing. So spiced lentil soup with cumin. Yeah, I like it. Red lentils. Yeah, I had it with the regular lentils, and I loved it. It was great. Middle Eastern food, when prepared correctly, is great. Like I say, if you don't eat the foods of the world, you're depriving yourself of some tremendous cultural experiences. Leaving red lentils, that's good. Spiced lentil, we freeze bacon all the time. So that's what I'd like to see. Yeah, chocolate covered bacon. I think imagine bacon that you would get pecans, you would get a filet mignon and get pecans and bacon wrapped with a little bit of caramelization on that baby. Maple. Woo! Gordon Ramsay, eat your heart out, man. Speaking of, that guy's driving him crazy over in Cornwall, England. Yeah, I'd love to have the recipe. I can take it like new and make it like new at gmail.com. Kelly, the New York Times had an article today that shows all the different companies and their dots on the map are the ones that are out of action. Hello, Monkey Boy. Yeah, packing plants are a mess because the Cornholio virus loves cold conditions. Might like hot conditions too. I don't know. Who knows? Check out this channel. Vintage Audio Fan, check out this channel. It's been in paper drawing, same as you like you. Oh, okay. Thank you, Super Day. Thank you very much. Super Day. Use pink lentil. Yeah, I don't know, Libra. See, I've never made it before. I don't know. But I know that lentil soup was so good. And that fish was unbelievably good. That fish. You had to wait a long time for him to bring it out, but that was at least one good thing that I got out of the man in the can was a chance to really experience some excellent best America has to offer in the way of Middle Eastern food up in Dearborn and Sterling Heights, Warren, and the greater Detroit area up there. So, yeah. So good to see you. Good to see you, Monkey Boy. I hope that you're doing well. So something I could definitely enjoy making that soup would be great. So I just tell everybody, grab that meat if you can, because next time you see meat in your supply cases, it's going to be more expensive, at least in the short term, and then they'll eventually flood the market and crash down just like corn prices did. They kill the cows, then ship them to Pakistan. Are they still killing the animal? No, Kelly. They've put out. It's called. If you have a contract, there's usually a clause in it. It's called a force majeure clause, and it'll say this contract is in force unless A, an act of God, B, war, C, pandemic, or it'll list all these conditions. And if one of those conditions hits, the packing plant says we can break our contract. We're not going to take in your hogs that you were prepping. So they're actually taking hundreds of thousands of pigs out to landfills and chickens, something like 2 million chickens, and they're gassing them and just putting them in landfills. So we're gonna have some big. You're gonna have some big trouble. So if you want a good investment, I still think Beyond Meat is a great company. You may not like, plant-based meat, so to speak, but they do an amazing job. If you've ever had an Impossible Burger at Burger King, it's a tremendous job that they do. So I think more and more people may be turning towards that. Force majeure equals forced measure. Force majeure, yeah, I think it's a French term. So they've told all these ranchers, don't be bringing we don't have a facility to process. It's too expensive to ship it to another. You put what, pigs on a rail car and send them 500 miles. There's just, How you doing, Eddie? I have to carry a letter saying I'm allowed to work. It's like the Stasi. There you go, Andrew Scott. Yeah, good, good, Eric. Something I like. I've been trying a plant-based diet for a while and really like it. I was in disbelief. Yeah, spam is okay. You fry it up. I was in disbelief, and I've had good ones, Tammy. I've done restaurant reviews at A Slice of Life. The place in Sebastopol, they've been around since 1974. They have a great vegetarian burger. You're not going to survive all those years in business unless you do something right. And it was great. And I looked forward to trying this Impossible Burger, and it blew me away how good it tasted. So I see a very bright future for that company. So supposedly there's millions of pounds of frozen meat in storage. It's about a 2-week supply, which would be millions of pounds in America of frozen meats. But Joey D, it takes a while for to move through the bottlenecks. So, Trump is forced to stay open and told the plants they can be sued by the employees. They can't be sued by employees. Yeah, that's what I said, Janet. I don't know if you can force somebody to work. I know Truman used those powers in in the Korean War to force steel workers to go back to work. But they weren't risking their lives, so I don't know. Largest cluster of Cornholio in New England is from a meat packing plant. Yeah, Costco canned chicken is yummy. Yay, there you go. 16 cans, baby. Where's the first place you want to go eat after all this over? Tammy, the first thing I want to do, I want to go over to a place called Cattleman's Restaurant. You've seen me review it with Tara. You've seen the boss and Janet and I and Man in the Can. Great steak. That's the first place I want to go. A nice flip from the grill. Ribeye. God knows what the price will be. I don't know. Horror of horrors. Right. You got to try that Impossible Burger. You would have a hard time knowing that you're not eating real meat. So, what's the first thing you guys want to? What's the first thing you want to eat when you get out of lockup? If you are, I like Spam. I like Spam. I hope they don't sell pig's head again like they did at Christmas. What the hell does that mean, Alpine? What the hell are you doing out there in Cheyenne, my girl? Huh? I'm gonna have to put you over my knee. The Alpine Gulch. President can execute for work. He mentioned, yeah, the ventilator gate. Yeah, it can be make a spam dish. Yeah, all the stock is good now. There you go. I've never had spam. Would love to do a meal. I don't know what to do with it. You just slice it, put it in a frying pan. I lived in Hawaii for 9 months. They have spam musu bees. They put it on top of rice and wrap it with a little bit of seaweed. It's Hawaii's the #1 per capita consumer of spam in the world because of World War II and the Pacific Fleet out there. A good steak. Yeah, let's see. Larry says once the hogs get to 275 pounds, they don't fit plant line equipment. Chinese food, yeah. I'm getting some stuff. The president can make you work in conditions that can't make you work in conditions that could kill you. I would agree with that. Vicky says crab legs, Chinese food from the wet market. Joey D wants to go to Denny's for a good breakfast. No, I didn't know if that was pig's head. I don't know what the hell it was in the picture. I thought it was like legs of. I got to take a look at it. Shoot, I'm used to you sending me those nudie pictures. I don't know. I got to take a look at that one. Just kidding. Joey D's aiming high. Breakfast at Denny's, huh? Crab legs. Time for a cooking class on a spam dish. Mexican food would be good. I just dug up 2 pretty baking potatoes. I have a grow bag in the potato. Nice spam. Yuck, my husband eats that crap. How you doing, Julie? All it is just chopped ham and just pressed into a cube with the. I think the turnoff for spam is you get the gel goo on the outside. It's that kind of yellowish brown, sort of clear goo that shakes when you. I've ordered curbside at our Denny's is closed. Closed. Spam is great. You can fry it and batter. Yeah, it's a good thing. My daughter-in-law, they eat some strange things. Breakfast somewhere, anywhere except my house. There you go, chef. That's it. I meet up with chef. I'm gonna peg him to a steak dinner, man. I'm gonna say, chef, Vegas is yours, brother. You, me, D-Dubs, Mr. Dirty. Let's let it rip. Let's get a steak. There's no goo anymore. Very, very salty. Everything from the, what does the boss say? Everything from the rooter to the tutor goes into that spam. Yeah, hooves and snouts. That's it. Deep fried, lard. No, I just put it in a frying pan. Cook it about 3 minutes on each, 2 minutes on each side. It's already cooked anyway. And then just turn it over. So, same with oiled meat and Vienna sausages. He loves all that. Processed meat. There's nothing in the world. Thank God for the Great Armor Meatpacking Company in Conagra, right? Yeah, I'm adventurous. You got to try that. Spam musubi. Joey D will tell you. You put a little bit of spam on top of that rice and you wrap that with that seaweed. Man, you're eating good. You're eating good. Eating good. Yeah, I would love to be in Vegas and send this cornhole back to China. There you go, chef. And then I'm going to make my way down to the great state of Texas. And me and Chef and D, we're going to paint their town red down there. Spam is broken. Denny's in Fairfield, but it's open in Cordelia. Huh. Yeah, how you doing, Cobra John? Spam is squeegeed off the floor at the end of the day. I've had some pretty good spam. Yeah, I noticed that people are not really neutral on spam. You either love it or you hate it. Rice and pasta, we're all good to go. Yeah, I'm all set. We don't eat a lot of meat here anyway. I went out 3 weeks ago with Missy Jen and I picked up a big rack of chicken breasts. It's like 6, 8, it's like 20 chicken breasts or something like that. Skinless chicken breasts. So we're.
There's meat. I was there today. There's meat out there galore.
The meat queen.
Tried to get noodles or oatmeal.
No, you can't get that. Well, that's why we got oatmeal.
But meat? Do you want a meat?
Meat. Give me meat, man. We
There was cows
we gotta stuff it up.
There was pork running.
Did I ever eat cow tongue? I'm sure I have. I can't remember specifically ordering cow tongue, but a tongue is just a piece of meat too. So
there's so much meat there, they were throwing it at you.
just remember this, Jay. I'm the person that ate ball sack subs before. Okay, from sliced ball sack on the sub. Either that, any kind of meat that's you stretch it.
Marinated mountain horses would be a delicatessen.
Yeah, there's Missy Jen. Wait till you see that morning chooch tomorrow. Missy Jen delivered a smack beat down today. But let me tell you, Jay, any kind of meat in a sub that it stretches like at 3 times its resting size. You know you're having ball sack or something on that, or esophagus or something like that. Cow tongue, spam and egg, chewy. Carne asada is my heaven on it. That is really good. Fried spam and pineapple over steamed rice. That sounds pretty good, Cobra John. Ball sack, BALL space SACK, also known as cooked scrotum. All right. Ball sack subs. Now serving number 13 at the window. You would be fine. I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. There you go, Andrew Scott. You're a celebrity. It's, have you ever had a piece of meat in a sub? Or something in a Chinese beef noodle or something, and you pick up the piece of beef and it's thin sliced and it's kind of flubbery, and you go and you look at it close and you're like, that really doesn't look like prime or choice or Purina dog chow cut of beef. And you kind of wipe it off a little bit with your napkin and you go to pull it and it expands 3 times the size. Well, let me tell you, brother, you're eating ball sack. Okay? You just don't know it. All right, it's either that or esophagus or something in there. All right, so I don't mean to gross you guys out, but You'd be surprised what you get in a sub at Subway. Okay, like the kangaroo testicles. Good Lord, what else I would do if maybe money was right? Yeah, it's flubbery. It like if you drop it, it bounces. That's the definition of flubbery. Okay, it's got a lot of spring to it. And you drop it and it kind of bounces a little bit. So, thank you, Deborah. I'm doing okay. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling 100%. It's amazing how fast you come out of this crazy son of Cornholio thing that I had. Yeah, expandable meat. Oh, she came back looking like a rat skeleton. Would love to shoot you in Alameda. Was a Navy ship there. Boy, could I tell some great stories in the air. You ought to, hey, Pit Snipe Larry, you ought to meet the boss, Janet's husband. Dave Dickey, he was United States Navy. He shipped out of Alameda over there. Could tell you all the stories of bar fights in Hong Kong. And all the tales of that. Who's eating a ball sack? Have you ever gotten a sub? Uh, um, uh, Au jus beef sub at Subway? What makes you assume that it's gonna be? What did you ever ask him what part of the cattle the beef comes from? All right, thank you, Anna. Ball sack, make good slingshot. Yes, I've been to Korean barbecue. I'd like to put my own meat on the grill, so to speak. Don't be turned off, ladies. I'd like to put my own meat on the grill. I get my chopsticks, right? One for pulling, one for eating. Don't be fingering the meat with your chopsticks, okay? You put your sliced chicken, your beef on, and your shrimps. Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, it's ball sack. It's either that or esophagus, something that's very stretchy, okay? Not the inside of the sack, the outside of the sack, okay? Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet, yeah, dear balls it. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you guys really know what the hell you're eating these days? Yeah, the Brazilian barbecue, I find that's too expensive, Janet. I mean, I like it, but, I'd rather just come down to your house and just have you prepare the Brazilian barbecue. And I'll have a red card and a green card, and I'll just sit at your table with the green card, keep the meat coming until I turn it over to the red card. Okay, I'm gonna ask the Subway person if it's really. You ask him, Vintage Soul. You ask that person what cut of beef that meat comes from. Okay, you ask them. What do you think they're gonna tell you? I don't know. Johnny West, tomorrow your ship comes in, my friend, and we've got 2 nights of back-to-back chooching. Tomorrow night we're going to be doing the graveyard coupled with the town of Sebastopol, which should be very interesting tomorrow night. I want to do some research on some of the graves and check some of the dates out on there. Then we'll be going into town, chooching down the streets. And then Thursday night, we'll be back on the mean streets of Santa Rosa again. So I thought bull ball sacks were called Rocky Mountain oysters. I think is what's inside of them. Plum crazy. Like, I don't know. Thank you, Pineapple. I don't know if a Rocky Mountain oyster, they actually serve the whole sack. And you got to go in there and cut the oysters out. Okay? I'm talking about the exterior sack. Right? The golden bag, as they say in Chinese, jins, right? Deflated balls. I'll demand they prove it. That's it. Tell them, Vintage Soul Seeker, that there's no way that you're going to drop it until they can prove where that meat comes from. So you tell that guy working at the Subway, get on the horn to your regional manager right now, and let's get the answer to that. Yeah. Yeah, two balls said I have sympathy for all male creatures. There you go. Bill Bill said, please stop saying balls. Yeah, you peel them before you fry them. But let me tell you, Diamond, you think that they just throw the peel away? My goodness. My good. Yeah, the scrotal sack. Thank you, Jesse. It's nice to have a bona fide doctor in the house. I mean, how many people really ever investigate the food that gets sent out on the plate? Right, cut them out, look like oyster. There you go, Goldie. Are they flubbery? I thought after the meat tenderizer hits it, it's all the same thing. I don't know. Janet said 2 balls flapping in the wind. Happy trails to you. Until our sacks meet again, happy trails to you. You haven't said balls enough. I'm calling from dog food fun if I'm feeding my darlings ball sack. That's what you should do, Julie. Do an expose. Call your local news station and break the story. Okay, bust that greedy place down. All right. Pit Snipe Larry says you think you might do an Alameda Chooch. Pit Snipe Larry, are you going to be around on Saturday? Maybe we'll drive over to Alameda. I've been down to Jingletown, so maybe we'll go out onto Alameda. Last time I was on Alameda, we went down to St. George Distillery down there. We did the distillery tour way back in 2012, I think it was. So might as well make a two-person tent. There you go. So yeah, maybe I'll go down to Alameda, and see, do some chooching. What's the very best part, Pit Snipe Larry? What's the best place to go down there? It's not a small island. Okay, it's a pretty good sized island. What's the best part? Something that what they call it when they remove your blood. It's an orchiectomy, I think it's called. Are you talking about that? Yeah, it's called orchiectomy, where they remove your balls. Remember I did that story? And if you guys haven't hit the thumbs up, come on, I got 200 people in here tonight. Let's hit that thumbs up. If you haven't done that, do you remember the story I did the other day on the killer of Lincoln's killer? Right, Boston Corbett. The guy that was the guy that shot John Wilkes Booth in the barn in Port Royal, Virginia. Despite the fact they said, take him alive no matter what you do. And he just said, yeah, yeah, yeah. That guy was such a religious zealot. And I hope that you watch these little vignettes that I put up, because I'm putting them on a whole dedicated other channel coming up. But this guy had an encounter with a couple prostitutes in 1858 on the street. And he had a little stirring in his loins. And he thought that was so offensive to God that he immediately went home. He grabbed a pair of shears from his hat making shop, sat down, took his pants down, lifted up his sack, took the scissors, snipped an opening in his sack, pulled out his nuts, cut them off, sewed up the bag as best he could, went to dinner, had a few drinks, and went for a walk. And only later in the night did he seek some medical attention. Okay? That's when they don't make men like that anymore. Okay? Neither you nor I can't think of one person on YouTube in their right mind that's going to sit down and do that. All right? You go listen, you go look at that story, Junk Girl Patty. Anytime I put up a little historical vignette, it'll be worth your time to see the story, okay? Because it's going to be unusual, all right? I'm not sure what type of stitch he used, but if that doesn't make you cross your legs, guys, when you think about that, ain't nothing in the world. Woo! He had two balls like, don't make me regret my thumbs up. I only need one more for 100 here. Walking funny for 30 minutes after that story. That's the kind of stories I want to bring to light. The little known things of U.S. history. You pulled a tooth one time. That'll do it. I had one. My grandmother took a piece of cotton twine, tied it on a doorknob, and just said, stand still. Half rotten tooth, and wham, shut that door. That tooth came flying out. Almost took her eye out. Yeah, they do that, man. And then he gets on there. Oh man, Goldie Con. Ugh. Terrible. Terrible. Yeah, all that makes me want to curl up into a ball too. Thank you for the thumbs up, everybody. Um, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So anyway, guys, it is. I'm not gonna press it tonight. I didn't get much sleep last night, obviously, with the world spinning around. I'm gonna try to get a good sleep tonight. Make sure to watch the morning chooch tomorrow. Missy Jen was swinging into action again in the hood. And I think that you'll enjoy that story. Sometimes you reach your breaking point when you live in a neighborhood like this. So I'm going to get a good sleep. Don't forget tomorrow I'll probably do a morning thing and then we'll be on the road. We're going to have a really nice chooch tomorrow night. It's going to be a good time. We got beautiful weather. And if you haven't hit the thumbs up, thank you, Julie, Army Mom. Please do so. And thank you again for all of you who took time to write and the other ones messaging me. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Charla, Bill Ellis, everybody. Thank you so much. Good punchline on that, Charla. Thank you guys for being a part of my life and bringing me such joy every single day. See y'all tomorrow.